Hello Flosstube, this is Kate Madamice and welcome to my Flosstube channel. This is a channel where we talk about cross stitch in case you are brand new here and want to know what this Flosstube thing is. Today is Friday, September 27th, which is my half birthday in case you're wondering. And I'm just going to jump right into cross stitch because I have more to talk about than I realized when I started making my list. So, the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is Enchanted Stitchers on Facebook. If you don't know what this is, it's a challenge group, a cross stitch challenge group on Facebook that is themed Disney. There's also the School of Magical Stitches and Literature is another really popular one. I was super interested in School of Magical Stitches and Literature, which is a Harry Potter themed group, but I only found out about it kind of late in the game and my brain I wanted to be in it from the beginning, so my brain shut that down. So I just kept my eyes on it. I listened to people talk about it. It sounds super fun, like something I would enjoy doing. And then I started hearing about this other one that I was going to be starting that is Disney themed, and just tugged at my heartstrings because I love Disney so much. And so I decided I was going to do it, and I thought it was going to start in January. I don't know why. In my head, I was like, oh, so when they finish School of whatever, what is it? School of Enchanted Stitches? No, not Enchanted. Magical Stitches and Literature. Whatever. I've already said it like 5 times. I thought that it would just like roll over into a Disney theme instead, but no, it started this month. So I was a couple weeks late. It kind of kills me a little bit, but this month they're doing Sleeping Beauty, which I gotta be honest, not my favorite one. So it's okay. I just jumped in now. I'm not assigned a team yet. If you still don't know what I'm talking about, they post a challenge every week. This month, like I said, is themed Sleeping Beauty. And you just do your best to complete the challenges. And if you are on a team, which it is optional for you to be on a team, then you earn your team points. And then I think at the end of the month, they say which team won the month or whatever. The 4 teams are the 4 parks in Disney. So I put in my name to be assigned a team. We'll see which one I get assigned to when that happens. So this is the first week that I did it. And I'm not all the way done yet, so I don't know why I'm saying it like I am all the way done. But that's enough about that. I'll just tie in, where I put my challenges. Okay. So, first thing, whips, because we're talking about this. I only have 2 whips, and well, technically 3. My work piece, which I have, but I don't get very much done on it, and it's only stitched on in my lunch break, and that's not very long, and I don't always get a lunch break. Anyways, so the first whip that I have to show you is my Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate, and here is overall. It's getting pretty close here. Only 3 more rules to go. And I'm doing this, if you haven't heard me talk about it before, this is, I'm working on it in the 12 Months of Christmas Sale, which is hosted by Caitlin of A Stitch for Mom, and we're doing a rule a month. So I did my September rule, and I'm using this rule for 3 of the challenges in Enchanted Stitchers. So let's see. One of the challenges is the Destined Hero, and you're supposed to explain what you would give to Prince Philip, right? I should know this, but like Sleeping Beauty just is my favorite. So, what magical thing would you give him to help? And I am saying that I would give him this magical red nose, which would give him the gift of flight. And of course, it's coming off of Rudolph. So on the chart, Rudolph doesn't have a red nose, but you can't really tell in this light. Maybe you can tell if I get really close. You can kind of tell there. So I gave him a red nose. I just think it's fitting. You know, it could have been one of the other reindeer, but let's be honest, we want it to be Rudolph. So I gave him a red nose, even though that's not charted. So I'm using this for that. And then second challenge, I don't remember what it's called. Battle of Good versus Evil? I think so. Anyways, you're supposed to say what you would do to try to prevent Prince Philip, I think. Anyways, I decided that I would put a smoke haze around the castle, like the smoke from this chimney, to impede his progress. And then the last one, I really do forget what this one's called. Or the third one, it's something that would wake up in the castle, and I'm going to use this again and say that, of course, they have to have at least one reindeer, if nothing else, for Christmas time. I don't know. But this reindeer would definitely wake up. And then the fourth challenge is work on your project that's closest to a finish. And I'll get to that. I haven't stitched on that yet. I don't know which project it is yet, but I will get to it. Oh, just in case you're wondering, Christmas rules. Here's the chart overall. I'm doing a blue conversion. Just as I'm going, I'm picking blue colors instead of the called fors. Itchy nose. Okay, other whip. I was going to show you. This is my Biscornu, Dragon Biscornu by what? Tiny Modernist? I think. I can't believe I'm forgetting this right now. Oh, I have it right in front of me. Derp. I could just look at the chart that's in front of me. Yep, Tiny Modernist. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is a Biscornu of the month. She's releasing one per month this year, and I went ahead and purchased all of them at the beginning of the year, and I had this grand plan that I was going to get them done one per month. This is January. I'm still working on January, but I'm almost done with it. So I have to finish, some bits of this guy, like his eyes. I have to, of course, finish this dragon, these two castles. I've got some back stitching to do, but that's the front of the Biscornu. And here's the back, which I've had done. So this stitch on your project that's closest to a finish. This is a contender. I don't think that I'm closest on this one. I'll show you the other one that I think I'm closest to in a minute. But this isn't one of my other whips. Always working on it. Every lunch break, I'm like, I'm going to get significant progress, and this is going to be done by the end of the week. And I don't get that much done on it ever. It's okay. And the other thing that I've worked on since my last video is Java Block Party by Hands On Design. And here it is. And this is a finished object. Ready? It's going to be really see-through because this is terrible fabric. But here is the side. I'll try to fold it over so it's better. Yeah. This is the sides, which I think I showed you last time. I have back stitched all the way around it now. The back stitching is in pretty much the same color as the fabric. So then I back stitched this. I don't know if you can see that square there. That is the bottom, so it's blank. And then I stitched the top, which is super fun. All of these are Smyrnas, which I've never done before, so that was kind of fun. I finished off with those, and so it made pushing to the end nice. Turned this mofo into an FO. Anyways, that is that. I still don't like this fabric. I was you know, if any of you have ever stitched this, I'm concerned about using interfacing on the back. I posted on the Hands-On Design Stitchers Facebook group about this, but I'm concerned about the interfacing showing through because this fabric is so see-through. I'm worried that it's gonna look weird with white on the back of it. And on the Hands-On Design group, someone said that there's dark interfacing, like black interfacing that you can get. So I think I'm gonna try to find that. But if you've done this and you've FFO'd it, let me know. Thanks. I don't know when I'm gonna FFO that. We'll see. Oh, also, I finished it last weekend, which I participated in Caroline from Off the Grid Needlearts. She did a finish weekend, like go for a finish on a project. So I was able to finish it in time by Sunday night. I think it was like Sunday at 9 o'clock or something, and it had to be done by midnight. I finished it up and got it posted in her group and all that. It was fun to participate in that. The other thing that was going on last weekend was Bendy Stitchy's International Flosstube FFO weekend. I think I said all of it. And I also participated in that. Both of these things I didn't realize were going on until the weekend, and I had already kind of participated in them. I didn't find out till I think Saturday about the FFO weekend, but on Friday I had gone to get framing supplies, so I was already planning on FFOing. And don't worry, I'll show you the one that I got done FFOing. And I was already planning on finishing Java Block Party last weekend too. So it was exciting. I got to participate in both of those things. Okay, so my other option for my closest to a finished piece, I think, is the Victorian Hardanger ornaments, because I have the front done of the first ornament. I've showed that before. There you go. You can see the Hardanger. And I'm working on the back, and I think this is my closest to a finish, because all that I have to do is the eyelets going around the outside and then a bead in between each eyelet. So you can see there's space there in between those. I just have to put a bead in between each. So I think that this is probably my closest to a finish. So I'm going to work on this to finish out my Enchanted Stitches challenges for this week. It is, you know, there's no cross stitch left in it, so it is kind of weird. They allow you to count specialty stitches. You just have to count like each up and down of the needle is like half a stitch. Sorry. Stella's laying right next to me. She's making a weird noise. She's just licking her leg. Anyways. So they let you count specialty stitches. It's just every up and down counts as a half of an X, essentially. So each eyelet has 16 stitches, I think I counted the other day. And so each eyelet counts as 8 stitches, which is kind of a lot, really. And then a bead only counts for 1. I think that's the closest. I'm just going to have to do it. I don't know why I'm resisting working on it, because I like it when I work on it, but I'm resistant. I don't know. Okay, my FFO, my contribution to the International FFO weekend. So I just got a phone call. Decline. It's a spam. You can see I have to get something to attach this back because it's too wide. Whatever, I'm getting distracted. So I bought things to frame 3 pieces of mine, and I only got 1 done last weekend, but I have the foam core and stuff cut for the other 2. I just need to get around to doing them. I also need to find somewhere to buy spacers for framing, because one of them I don't have a mat and I want to put a little bit of a spacer in there. But y'all, like, Amazon only has like 100-yard lengths of spacer that I can find, and it's like $50. So I'm not trying to do that. I just want like a little bit to put on one piece. Anyways, gotta find somewhere to buy that. But this is what I got done. It's super, there's going to be a lot of glare. I already tried to hold it up to the camera just to test it out, and there's going to be a lot of glare because this glass just came on the frame. Maybe someday I'll take it out of it, but this is Monet's, yeah, I think this is going to be the best to like show you the glare of the doorway, but this is my Monet's Japanese bridge. It looks full coverage. It's not. It's printed on Aida. The picture was printed on Aida, and you stitch over just parts of it. I will never do another piece like this again. It was printed crooked on the Aida, and so when I was framing it, in order to get straight with the fabric, there was literally like 6 or 7 inches on each side that had to get, or not inches, 6 or 7 stitches that had to get cut off on each side. So I lost some of the design, you know, like down here. Yeah, it's down here. I like had to cut off. I have stitching going out till probably here, but I had to cut it off in order to keep the fabric lined up. Anyways. So yeah, this turned out really well. Let's see. I got the mat and frame at Hobby Lobby. Yep, I did. And like I said, I haven't ever framed a piece before myself, and so I'm not like super prepared for all this, but this situation on the back, I can't like, I need to figure out a way to secure that in there so I can hang it up, because I obviously can't hang it up with just like packing tape holding the back on, but it sticks out too far. It's kind of flush, but the like little tabs that you would bend down to keep it held in place don't work. Anyways, so there it is. This glass is terrible, but it's okay. I have to keep glass on it because I want to put it in my living room, and we have a chinchilla. I don't know if I've ever talked about him on here before, but we have a chinchilla. His name is Jazz, and I have had him for 10.5 years now, roughly, and they can live up to be up to 15 years if they're well taken care of. So he's our old man. I don't know how old he was when I got him. He was rescued from somewhere. I'll put a picture of him up here. I don't know, maybe I have talked about him on here. I can't remember. But anyways, if you know anything about chinchillas, they clean themselves by rolling around in super fine dust. You actually can't get them wet. If you do, you have to be really careful about how you dry them out. And their fur is so thick that the water will get stuck on their skin and will irritate it. And they can actually have like mold and mildew that grows, you know, underneath their fur because it's just so thick that the water can't evaporate. It's really sad. So they bathe by rolling around in super fine dust, which then makes your entire house dusty. That's the point I'm getting at. So all of my pieces right now are gonna have glass on them because otherwise it's just gonna be covered in a layer of dust. That was all I was trying to say. So maybe someday, if Jazz, well, not if, I don't know, I kind of think he might be immortal because you know how I said if well taken care of, they'll live up to 15 years? Jazz is not a super healthy chinchilla, not because I don't try to take care of him and give him the best care that I can, but he just is not. He's stubborn and doesn't have healthy tendencies. So Timothy hay, for example, is supposed to be essential to a chinchilla's diet. It's supposed to be critical to their diet, and they're not supposed to be able to exist without it. And he refuses to eat it. He always has. I can't get him to eat it. No matter, you know, I'll give him different types of hay to try to like break him into it, like sweeter stuff, but he won't even eat that. He doesn't eat anything. You know, occasionally he'll go through a bout where he'll just like eat it all, but that's like once every 2 months. And when I talked to a vet about this in the past, they were like, I've never heard of a chinchilla who doesn't just love hay. And I don't know what to say. He just doesn't. And we had to stop giving him food with any kind of like yummy little tidbits in it, like seeds or anything like that, because he would just eat that stuff out of it and then go days without eating. He would not eat the actual like pellets that are good for you. He wouldn't eat them and just not eat. He would just starve himself until you changed out the bowl of food and gave him more treats, essentially. So he's not a like super healthy chinchilla, and not for lack of trying. We tried to give him hay. We tried to give him different forms of hay so that maybe he just doesn't like, you know, straight hay. We get it in like ropes and stuff like that, so maybe it's more like a chew toy. Nope, doesn't like it. Anyways, sorry, that was a big tangent about chinchillas. But anyway, so I think he might be immortal because he's not healthy, but he's been alive for at least 10 years. 10 and a half years. I don't know. He's our grumpy old man. That's what we call him. Anyways, moving on. Back to cross stitch land. That was my FFOs. Okay, so the last thing that I have to talk to you about is haul. And trust me, you're going to be interested in this. So stick around even if you usually don't like haul. First thing I got was an order from 1884 Stitchery, and I got this Owl Forest design, and it's little hedgehogs because I just think it's so cute. And when McKenna posts that there's Owl Forest up, you just have to go look, and you can't find something that isn't cute because it sells out so fast. And so it's just like, you just have to buy it, and that's how I feel about that. Anyways, so while I was there, no chart can travel alone, so I went to her $2 section, and I got this little cat. It's called Kitty Sings the Blues. Anyways, I think he's super cute. I like blue and yellow things, and so I'm not even a cat person really, but I just thought that design was really interesting. And look at that creepy cat. Look at those eyes, like the glassy fake eyes. Anyways, so I got that. And then I went to Fire Poppies. They had, they had a pajama party last Friday. I think it was last Friday. From 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., you could go in your pajamas and sit and stitch and all that. And of course, I had to buy some stuff while I was there. The first thing that I bought was stuff for actually I didn't even buy this. I got it from a friend. We're going to count it as buying because we had a trade. So I in one form or another purchased this, but not from Fire Poppies. But we exchanged at Fire Poppies because Susan's awesome and lets us do things like that without making us feel bad. Anyways, this is for my small that I'm going to be giving away. I'm going to the Sassy Jack's Primitive Hair Retreat next month at the end of October. And I have to make my small still for that, for the exchange. So this is what I'm going to be stitching it on. I'm not going to show you what the small is. So I have this fabric, these two threads, Weeks Dye Works. So the chart that I'm using and this floss came from my friend. And then I had these two threads in my stash. I had this fabric in my stash. And I'm going to be using this yellow Etoile also, which I had in my stash. So that's the color palette. I'm not going to show you what it is until the giveaway is done. I'll take a little video and put it in one of my videos. But there's that. Okay. Then I also got some supplies for a friend, for a project for a friend. My friend Joe is getting, what was I going to say? My friend Joe, he and his wife Lizzie, wow, this sun really just like blew out everything, really. Just a second, hold please. See if that's better. Maybe a little bit. Where was I? Joe. He and his wife Lindsay are buying their first house. Bought their first house. I don't really know. it's a new build, so I don't really understand the process there. But they have a new house that they'll be moving into in March, and he wanted to know if I could design him a cross-stitch piece for them with the house and them and their golden doodle. And so I put together a little design. I think it's super cute, and he seems pretty happy with it, but I needed to get all the fabric and floss and stuff for it. So I chose to do this fabric. It's blue. I got this at Fire Poppies. It is, let's see. Under the Sea Fabrics, Winterbrook. It's really cute. And then I got all these flosses to go with it. I'm just going to hold it up in a big bundle. Lots of blues, kind of. I know it's blue fabric, but that's kind of a color that they like to wear a lot. So that was like, there's a lot of blue in there for their outfits, which is only a small part of the design, you know. And then I think the most interesting part of it is this Weeks Dye Works Harvest, which I'm going to use. The front of their house has bricks on it, and it's actually really close to these colors of brick. So I'm hoping if I, you know, stitch it side to side, it'll give it the look of bricks. I think it will. I think it'll be super cute. Oh my god, now it's dark. Hold again. If the cloud cover could make up its mind, that would help this video out a lot. Let me turn this on. See if that... Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with that. So I got all of the supplies for that. I'm gonna start focusing on that one right after I finish my small for Sassy Jacks, because he asked if possible if I could get it done by November 11th. That's their anniversary, and it's their second anniversary, and the second anniversary's thing is like a gift of cotton, right? And so if I can finish it by November 11th, which he was like, I understand if you can't, but if you can, he would like to give it to her for their second anniversary. And I think I probably can if I focus on it. So I'm going to be focusing on that. All right. The part that you all should be waiting for. September 14th was my FlossTube anniversary. I have been filming for a little over a year now. I wasn't quite sure when I started if I would still be filming in a year, and I'm excited to still be here and filming and sharing with you and visiting with you. I just love FlossTube and cross-stitching and this community. So I'm going to do a giveaway for my FlossTube anniversary, and I decided that what I want to do is I'm going to give away a pattern and floss and fabric for a chart that I will show you in just a second. And then I'm also going to keep a pattern and a set of floss and fabric of the same, like I've kitted it up twice essentially. So I'm going to give one away to one of you, and I'll send it all to you, and I'm going to keep one and we can stitch it together. And I think that would be the most fun way for me to connect with you guys. You know, it's all about connection. I love this FlossTube community. I love, you know, everything that we do together. So I thought it would be super fun for my 1 year FlossTube anniversary to provide a way of connecting with one of you. So here it is. I decided this tiny Modernist Dragonfly pillow. Of course, you don't have to make it into a pillow if you don't want, but it's just a small, okay, here we go. It's just a small little dragonfly design, which I thought was super pretty. I like the purples and greens a lot. Anyway, so that is the design. I had this fabric in my stash. Oh, this is going to be so tricky to get a good... Alright, it's a light blue linen. I know it looks kind of gray on here. Still trying to get a good... I think that's kind of the best we're going to get here. Okay, so it's a light blue 32 count Lugana called Mercedes from Picture This Plus. And I just have this one piece, but it's a small design, so I'll cut it in half and send you half of that. And then I kitted it up with anchor flosses for the most part. The only anchor floss that Susan didn't have was this dark gray. And so I just got DMC for that one. But the rest of these beautiful flosses are all anchor flosses. So if you're interested in stitching with anchor or trying it out, this small design would be a good starting place, I think. So if you like the Dragonfly, if you're just interested in trying anchor out, if you just want to have a little stitch along with me, whatever, just go ahead and enter the giveaway. And how you will do that, oh dear, if you just write below, don't say the word giveaway, if you're under 18, you have to have your parents' permission to enter, all of the normal giveaway rules. But I guess in your comment, if you just say something about anchor floss, have you used it before? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Which if you hate it, I'm sorry. I'm going to send it to you anyways. But if you just say something about anchor floss in your comment, I will know that you want to be entered into the giveaway. And I think that is about it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all. I'm looking forward to another year of hanging out with you. So thanks. Bye.